Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Happy Friday morning. I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Brandon Libby. It's going to be a nice mild day today. Temperatures should get back to the 60s for most of the area. Probably the warmest in the next 7 days. It is going to be a little bit windy. The winds will start from the west. They'll eventually shift to the northwest this afternoon as a cold front comes by. Gusts will be around 30 miles per hour. And we are starting off with the sunshine, but then again, the clouds will build through the afternoon with maybe a stray sprinkle out there. Not going to be much. Becoming mostly cloudy for tonight. We'll have lows down to about the mid-30s with a lighter north wind. Then tomorrow, that's where things start to get pretty interesting. It's that rain-snow mix that is looking likely. 80% chance right now. Cloudy and cold. Highs right around 40 degrees. A little bit warmer the further south you go. And by warmer, I mean more the low to mid-40s. Maybe some upper 30s for highs in New Hampton and Decorah. Winds aren't too strong tomorrow, but they'll get really strong by Sunday. We'll talk about that here in a second. So it'll be interesting because we're expecting about a 1/4 inch of liquid. You can see that dark green color. So there will be a lot of moisture out there. How much of that is converted to snow and how much of that snow will stick to the ground? Right now, I'm thinking probably about an inch or less. Most of that will come on the grass or elevated surfaces. There might be the potential between about Highway 18 and Highway 30 that some pockets see about 1.5 inches of accumulation, but not a whole lot of confidence to go much higher than an inch just with how things are playing out. Always tricky this time of the year because there's a lot that works against the snow accumulating. For one, it's not just straight snow that we're seeing here. We're starting with maybe some rain, then a transition to some rain and snow, and then maybe some outright snow by the later part of the event. So the timing of the changeover of all that will, of course, impact how much we see accumulating. And, of course, above freezing temperatures for most of the event in the air and the warm ground, so above freezing temperatures at the ground. So there will be some melting that takes place, and that, of course, will limit how much accumulation we see. And that's why we're leaning towards some of the lower amounts, mostly on the grass or elevated surfaces, not so much the pavement. But really what we're expecting here for impacts, it's definitely going to be the coldest air of the season, really starting Saturday all the way through Monday. We talked about the accumulation. Most of that will be especially north of I-80. And I think that because temperatures will be a little bit warmer the further south you go of I-80. Probably still some snowflakes will fly. Just how much of it will stick? Not much. Now, as we go through Saturday night, Sunday morning, temperatures are expected to drop down to the 20s. So even if it doesn't stick to the roads, they're going to be wet. And that could introduce some refreezing or a flash freeze. And especially the bridges and overpasses would be the first to go. So things could be a little bit slippery out there for late Saturday night, Sunday morning. If you're traveling out to church or you're running errands early in the morning, just be aware of that. I'm sure the DOT will be out treating the roads. That should help things. And as far as Futurecast is concerned, we're going to pick this up about 8 a.m. Saturday morning. That's about when the moisture will start to work its way in. Most of it will start as rain, a very cold rain. We'll see that through the morning to about the early afternoon, and then eventually transitioning over to the snow, a little bit of a wintry mix in the middle, then outright wet snow. And with the Clipper type systems, it is possible to see some heavier bursts of snow at times, hence the darker blue colors. But the thing is, it's not a long duration event. This will wrap up through Saturday evening, done completely by midnight Sunday morning. Then the clouds will clear. It gets cold. It gets very windy. We'll have partly cloudy skies on Sunday. With any clouds that we see, there could be a few flurries, but no more accumulating snow there. And I do want to talk about the wind chills too, because again, Sunday the winds will be very strong. I would say most of Saturday, looking at wind chills hanging out around the 30s. We go through Saturday night, temperature is down to the 20s, wind chills about the mid to upper teens. And then during the day on Sunday, some of us may even be stuck in the teens even through the afternoon, especially north. The warmest we really get, low to mid 20s. That will set us up for a really chilly Monday morning as we're down anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees for the wind chills, and the actual low temperature down to about 19 or so. Here's the next 3 days at a glance. Again, pretty warm and mild today as clouds increase this afternoon. 40s for highs on Saturday. That's where we see the rain and snow mix. And then Sunday, partly cloudy with highs in the mid-30s. We're still going to be in the 30s for highs on Monday with partly cloudy skies. And then as we go through the rest of next week, a quick warm-up. Should be back to the 50s. Any snow will be melted off. Does look to be windy a few of these days, but again, looking a lot warmer starting on Veterans Day Tuesday.